the dim glow of the full moon guiding my path. I gripped the steering wheel tightly as I navigated the winding, deserted road that cut through a dense forest. The rustling of leaves and the occasional hoot of an owl were the only sounds breaking the eerie silence. My heart pounded with a mix of excitement and unease, not knowing what lay ahead. The radio signal was weak, and every now and then it crackled with unsettling static. I decided to turn it off, thinking the silence would be more comforting, but it only intensified the feeling of isolation and vulnerability inside the car. As I drove deeper into the forest, the road became narrower and the trees loomed closer, creating an oppressive atmosphere. The headlights struggled to pierce the darkness, revealing fleeting glimpses of the forest's secrets. Shadows danced on the edges of my vision, and my mind played tricks on me, imagining strange figures lurking just beyond the trees. Suddenly, a figure darted across the road, causing me to slam on the brakes. My heart leaped into my throat as I peered into the darkness, trying to make sense of what I had seen. Was it an animal or something else? I couldn't be sure. After a moment of hesitation, I decided to continue, attributing the sighting to my imagination running wild. But as I pressed on, a feeling of being watched settled over me, and the hairs on my neck stood on end. The forest seemed alive with unseen eyes, and every rustle in the bushes sent shivers down my spine. The road started to ascend, leading to a higher elevation. The mist rolled in, adding to the surreal atmosphere. My breath quickened, and the air inside the car felt thick and suffocating. Panic threatened to consume me, but I kept telling myself it was just my imagination playing tricks. Suddenly, the headlights illuminated an old, decrepit house by the side of the road. It was the kind of house that gave life to horror stories, with boarded-up windows and a sagging roof. My heart pounded even faster as I tried to avert my gaze, but it was as if an unseen force pulled my eyes back to the house. I sped up, eager to put the creepy sight behind me, but the road seemed to stretch on endlessly and I felt like I was going in circles. Panic set in as I struggled to find my bearings. Every time I thought I was making progress, I finally decided to stop the car and take a moment to gather my thoughts. As I stepped out into the chilling night air, an overwhelming feeling of dread washed over me. I turned around and saw someone standing by the side of the road, just beyond the reach of the headlights. My breath hitched as I called out, asking if they needed help. No response. They just stood there, unmoving, their face obscured by the darkness. Fear gripped me, and I retreated back into the car, locking the doors. I tried to start the engine, but it sputtered and died, leaving me in darkness. In a state of sheer terror, I looked back at the figure, and in that moment, the moon emerged from behind the clouds, bathing the area in an eerie glow. The sight that met my eyes froze me in horror. The figure had no face, just a hollow darkness where it should have been. With a surge of adrenaline, I tried starting the car again, and this time it roared to life. I didn't look back as I sped away, my heart pounding in my ears. The feeling of being watched lingered, and I didn't feel safe until I had left the forest far behind. To this day, I'm haunted by that night drive, wondering what I had encountered in that forsaken place. Some say it was just my imagination, but I can't shake the feeling that there are things lurking in the darkness, things we can't comprehend, and I pray I never have to face them again.